Hello, Noah here. Back here with episode 2 of Conflict of Interest. I almost said Contempt of Court there. And last time we discovered that Lotta is the defendant and Winston Payne is back and this singer girl is also here. She's definitely not the killer. I don't know who it could be. Maybe it's Maya or something. Maybe Maya killed what was his name again? Victor Timmons or something? Yeah, maybe
Yep.
Maya did it. Maya definitely did it. Okay, let's go.
We haven't seen her yet.
Yeah.
I can sing a wide range of songs. There's something specific you'd like?
Please don't sing anything.
No.
Wait, no.
Ropefa put this in the game. We gotta see it.
Yeah, that's fair. How about something jazzy?
Okay, I call this one Storeroom Feline.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
Miss Hart is the killer. She is such a baddie. She is a horrid villain, and we will see her behind bars. Her behind bars. Her behind bars. Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing. Wow. That was morbid.
Not my favorite. I hope she doesn't put it on any albums.
Well, I liked it. Now on to the testimony.
And yeah, she does different melodies depending on the choices you make. In case, let me get this out of the way. If the cross-examination drags on long enough, at some point she'll say, "How about we change it up?" And then you can choose one of the other options. If we don't get to them all, I'll just tell you right now, the sing something upbeat is the Troop Grammary theme. The da 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 da.
Oh, I love that. I love that theme.
Nice. And the other one, the sing something peaceful, that's the Dahlia theme. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, cool. Got it.
After hitting him with the camera, Miss Hart shoved Vic back into the fountain. Vic tried to fight back, but it was too late. By the time he regained his strength, he was already underwater. It was over so quick, there wasn't anything anybody could have done.
The music she's been singing, I can't put my finger on it, but it sounds very familiar.
She's a famous pop singer. You probably heard it on the radio.
How'd you read my thoughts? No, it's not that. Something about it seems wrong. Do you recognize it?
Well, maybe not this specific song. It might be a new one.
Maybe that's right. I think I'm looking into this too much. Where were they standing before?
Right next to it. It couldn't have been too hard to push him over.
The victim was a rather large man. Could she really overpower him like that?
Remember, she had been struck over the head. I'll continue voicing Payne for this trial.
Yeah.
He probably didn't even realize what was happening. He did seem kind of out of it after that hit.
Yes, after something like that, anybody could be knocked over easily. Maybe that's true. Can you tell me about the struggle?
She shoved him back really hard. He went down into the fountain and started fighting back. But I think he was still disoriented because he couldn't push her off.
So he wasn't completely unconscious.
Must have not have been. The victim's suit had a few tears in it. This proves that he had fought back before his death.
Nothing suspicious here. Let's continue. How could you tell he'd regained his senses?
There was splashing. At first there were some small ones, but then but then they got stronger as he resisted.
And he still wasn't able to push off the attacker?
No. He was half drowned at that point. He wouldn't have been able to have been fighting at full strength with his lungs filled with water.
No, probably not. Nothing wrong here either. But it feels like she's leaving out something very important. How long did it take for him to die?
From the moment she hit him to when he stopped moving, maybe just under a minute.
That's not very long.
No, not really. It seemed long, though.
Yes, I'm sure you were very scared. Depending on how you look at it, that minute could be really long or really short. I don't imagine Mr. Timmons thought it was over right away.
There's something strange about that, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Time to point out that tiny little detail.
I hope you're not getting bored of me. Shall we switch to something different?
Yes!
All right, here we go.
What type of song should she sing? Upbeat. How about something upbeat?
Okay, I call this one The Magnificent Group.
It's copyright infringement.
Miss Hart's the killer. I saw her do it. Let's get her a guilty verdict.
Wow, that was morbid. Again. Okay,
Thinking about murder like this is always morbid by definition.
Yeah. Ah.
All right.
Death
If you can
occurred.
figure it out.
Huh?
Let's see if you can figure it out. Oh yeah.
Death
About
occurred. Let me speak. Death occurred
Sorry.
within a few minutes. So she said a minute. That doesn't count as a few minutes. I'm just gonna save just to be sure. There we go.
Nice.
Miss Washington, during this time, what were you doing?
Me?
Yes, you. I don't believe you stood there and did nothing while your manager was being killed.
Oh.
If I saw somebody being drowned, I would try to save them.
Well, aren't you just a brave knight in shining armor?
Huh?
Not all of us were born with such selfless courage. I'll admit I was a little scared when I saw Vic being killed.
So you just stood by and watched?
That's right. I couldn't risk somebody as important as me getting hurt.
Oh my god. Wow. It's okay, Miss Washington. Yeah, don't feel bad. Stop harassing my future girlfriend. Oh my god. That one guy in the crowd. Stop. Stop it.
Not gonna work. Really, Mr. Wright? No reason to call our character into question.
I just want to know what she was doing this whole time. It does raise some questions. Please tell us where you were standing during the murder. If that's okay with you.
Of course. I was on the opposite side of the fountain from Vic and Miss Hart.
I see. It was still a ways away. You may not have been able to do much in any case.
That's actually not that far.
Definitely not, especially considering the time it would take to kill him. Your position there actually tells us a lot. It puts quite a large hole in your testimony.
What?
If you were really on that side, then something else must be true. And that something might make us question everything else you have to say. What's wrong with your position? What's wrong with the position? Maybe the map? Because if Lada came from the concert area, she said that she was on the opposite side, so she would be in the parking lot, but that doesn't make any sense. Unless we're not going with Lada coming from the concert stage, and that just doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to try the map.
Makes sense.
Let me get this straight. You would have been somewhere around here, right?
Yeah.
We know where the victim was standing. Given that, there's only one place where his killer could have been. Just right there, I guess?
There we go.
And that's right here. The victim's body was floating around this part. She would have had to be next to him in order to drown him. From that angle, it's impossible for the killer to not have seen you. So this leaves two people who stood around doing nothing. You and the killer. Why didn't the attacker do anything knowing you'd seen it all?
Why all the hostility?
It does point out a rather significant flaw in your story.
Well, if you really want to know, she did do something.
What's that?
She tried to kill me, too.
Oh my, how horrible.
She failed, obviously, but it's the thought that counts.
Why didn't you mention this before?
You never asked.
Oh my god. How specific do you want us to be?
That's really strange she'd bring it up just now.
Strange indeed. I'm not buying it. This is a very important part of your story. Please tell us more.
I think I can do that. Another song this time, okay? I call this one Sinful Amour.
Oh my god. Okay, alright. You gonna suck up to me, are you?
Actually, it's not what you think it is.
Oh.
Just wrote it myself today.
Oh my god.
It was after the murder she saw me, struck me. It was I tried running to hide, but she had me, got me. And then I fought back so I could save myself. So I escaped and ran for safety. I'm trying. The text doesn't line up with the lyrics, with the melody.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, now I know I've heard that one before. Does he even know she copied his music?
I recognized it too. Maybe this is why all those other songs sound so familiar. You know, if the defense is gonna keep staring at me so creepily, I might not do any more singing. Do you really want to disappoint my adoring fans like that?
I don't give a fuck about your fans. Okay, alright.
Well, you will give a fuck about the
judge. Oh my god. Okay.
Don't worry. If Mr. Right gets too out of hand, I'll be sure to give him a hefty penalty.
God damn it, no. Don't do a turnabout Big Top, please. Looks like they're raising the stakes here. Better be ready. We get penalized for pressing. No.
Well, for pressing further.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So my client attacked you after she was done with Mr. Timmons.
I don't think I stuttered.
No, I just don't find it very reasonable. This series of events just plain doesn't make sense.
What about this poor woman's story do you find so unbelievable?
Somebody involved here wasn't acting normally. It says something very suspicious about... I wouldn't say the victim, because he was being drowned. The attacker... I'm not sure here. Maybe I'll try the witness?
or back off if you're not sure.
That's a good point, but I did save, so I can just keep trying. The witness. Something's very off about Miss Washington.
Okay, what was wrong with her?
It doesn't make any sense. This piece of evidence will explain why. Okay, so I don't think I'm on the right track here.
All right.
I'm going to back off for now. I'm going to back off for now. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
That's fine.
Wait, no, there we go. Where did you try running?
The stage area. There were still lots of people there who could have helped me. But she's faster than she looks. I didn't make it 10 feet.
At what point did she catch you?
Near the entrance to the concert area, I'd almost made it.
I find that very hard to believe.
What about this, bro? You find it unbelievable.
Oh. So it just gives me the option to talk about it every single time I press. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Back off now. I think this one maybe is going to be the weird one. Could you describe the fight?
It didn't last long. At first, she grabbed me and tried to pull me down. She was really strong, but I managed to push her away and escape.
You're very lucky.
I am. Most people wouldn't have made it.
Was there anything wrong with this? Well, I'm gonna say, fuck you! You emphasize that my client's stronger than you. How did you overpower her?
People are capable of impressive things when their lives are at stake. The adrenaline rush probably helped her get away. That's right. Adrenaline.
Do I have anything to disprove this? What? What do you mean, do I have anything to disprove this? No. No. No, I don't. Nothing wrong here. Better just continue. How did you escape so easily?
After I pushed her away, she ran off. I think she realized I was going for help. The suspect probably panicked and fled.
Where was Miss Hart apprehended?
Her vehicle was stopped on the highway. It was driving away from Gatewater Land.
Nothing wrong there. Where did you go after that, Miss Washington?
Back to the stage area, of course. I knew it would be safe there with all the people still around. That's where I called the police. You know what I think is weird? She was fighting with her that whole time, but never called for help.
That's right.
There were still lots of people left in the park. Somebody would have come.
Good catch. Just one of my many reasons to doubt this testimony. So I guess Trucy just kind of told me the answer. Fought back. What? What were you saying?
Rapha is trying to make this case not too difficult.
What?
Rapha is trying to make
Yeah.
this case not too difficult.
And I was already struggling at the beginning. I'm so bad at this.
It's all right. That's what I'm here for.
No. That's not what I want to do. Shit. Oh, wait. No, I am messing everything up. Nothing wrong here. Better just continue. I think, yeah, this one. Witness. What was wrong with her? Just made any change. Just brain way. I guess maybe the map, because people would have been around, but I'm not sure about that one. Oh,
Nice.
Miss Washington, it's one thing to keep still while another person's life is at stake. It's something completely different when it's your own. How much time did it take to drown Mr. Timmons? A minute? 2? That might not seem like long, but in a situation like this, it would have been an eternity. That's a rather big head start you should have had.
You weren't there. How can you say what happened?
It doesn't matter when your own words are contradicting what we know. How is it even possible Miss Hart caught up with you? Were you just standing around waiting for her?
That's right. The killer would have had to be very fast to catch her.
Let's just admit it. There's no way you were standing on the opposite side of the fountain.
Well, if she wasn't there, where was she? Where was she?
Given what she's told us, I'd say it's highly likely the killer saw her and attacked her. And with her supposed position, there's no way the killer didn't see her. So if she was attacked, then she would have had to be in a completely different place. Where's the only place she could have been standing in order to be attacked? She's the killer. Obviously.
Here we go.
She was standing right here.
What? But that's really close to where the killer was.
This is the only area she could have been where the killer had a chance of catching her. But even this brings up the question of why she didn't react, or why the killer would murder somebody with a witness so close by. I don't think she was attacked at all.
It seems there are problems no matter where she was.
Witness, where were you really standing? Your testimony is flawed.
Mr. Wright, are you trying to accuse me?
No.
Because I know you don't have anything.
She wants to goad me into accusing her, but it's not going to work. Yet. I don't have evidence. I can't prove she did it. No, I'm not. There's nothing that incriminates you.
Since we lack evidence, perhaps more testimony is required.
Drat. That's just what she wants. She's just going to find some way to worm her way out of this one, too. Huh?
Who was that?
It was me.
Oh, God.
You're darn tootin', they're right, there's evidence. Y'all have just been choosing to ignore it.
Lana, what evidence? There isn't any.
Well, that's because that oaf of a prosecutor never got it developed.
Photos.
Those pictures I took with my camera got everything.
Mr. Payne, I think we should have these looked at.
Yes, Your Honor. It was just a small oversight. They're still on the memory card, right? All you gotta do is get them printed.
Very well. This court will have a brief recess while the photos are prepared.
Yes, Your Honor.
I will see you all back here in 10 minutes.
All right.
Oh, let's go. Lana, what's all this decisive evidence? Why haven't you mentioned it yet?
Well, it sure ain't my fault y'all have been just ignoring everything in front of you. I think it's plain as day.
What's on your photos?
It's proof. Proof that Washington woman's in deep with the wrong crowd.
The wrong crowd?
Remember that big scoop they were all talking about? The one you seem to have missed completely?
Yeah, the one about the scandal? How was I to know I should have been reading celebrity gossip magazines?
It were a pretty big deal. You might have heard of it on the news. I proved there were a whole bunch of folk funding a criminal organization.
Oh my God, okay.
I blew the lid right off then. Wow, that's really something.
It's impressive, but what does it have to do with this case?
There was one person got away. Never identified her, but I know it's her. It's Washington.
So Lotta suspects Kylie Washington of being involved with this gang. Okay. I'll have to look into this some more. Looks like the recess is almost over. Oh.
Nick! Daddy, look who's here. Sorry I'm late. I had to come all the way from Karain Village for this. This is another reason why if I had voiced Phoenix, I'd just be giving him the same voice that I'm giving to Maya, which is just my regular voice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How much did I miss?
Things are just getting interesting. What are you doing in your old acolyte robes?
That's not important. As if I have anything else to wear. We've got a case to solve.
This woman is my friend, Maya Fey. She's the current master of the Karain spirit channeling technique. Spirits, as in ghosts. It's strange, but you get used to it after a while. Being the master is
thankfully.
Huh?
Not Thomas Mapplethorpe, thankfully.
Being the master is a pretty demanding position, but it looks like she managed to find the time to make it here today. Glad you could make it, Maya. I thought you would be busy today.
Are you kidding, Nick? After what you did the last time you tried to do this alone?
I've learned my lesson from that. Never accept strange evidence from young girls you've never met. Not one of the most intelligent moves I made.
No way am I letting you go without an assistant. He's not alone. Trucy.
It's weird to see these two interact.
Especially since, yeah, it is because, one, it's never happened in Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice, really, which is a crying shame. And two, at the time this was made, there wasn't anything official for grown-up Maya, so Robfa just used her sprites from the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So it looks like she hasn't aged at all. But I thought you were back at the agency. Nope. Hope you don't mind me taking your spot. Not at all. This just means we'll be double sure nothing bad happens.
Wow. I'm not really that helpless, am I?
Double the assistance, double the fun. We had no assistance in the previous games, now we have all the assistance. Gotta make up for what came before.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 assistants. We're ready.
Okay, I think we can try it. This ought to be interesting.
How the heck is Pain supposed to win now? Look at
how
stacked the side is.
Triple threat. The triple threat.
Court is in session again. Mr. Payne, are those photos ready?
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution has retrieved the pictures from the camera's memory card. It seems they weren't quite as decisive as she claimed.
Well, I see Miss Washington singing. There's nothing suspicious about that.
Indeed not. Perhaps we got all worked up over nothing.
In any case, the court accepts this photo as evidence. No matter how sketchy it may be. Miss Hart, I believe it was your idea to discuss this. Would you mind explaining it to us?
Sure can do, Your Honor.
Here's Lotta's side of the story. Let's see how much we learned from her.
This all goes back to my big scoop. But one gal never got caught. I know it's that Washington woman. But I've been going to all her concerts, trying to catch her in the act again. My photos from last night prove she's the one.
Okay.
Isn't this interesting? The defendant is accusing somebody else. Well, that's what we always have to do to get off the hook in these games.
We can never just prove that the defendant is innocent. We gotta prove who else did it.
It is rather convenient that her own photos would be her evidence.
Yeah, of course. Won't the defendant always lie to save herself? There's no reason to trust a word she says. She isn't lying. I know we can trust Miss Hart. How are we supposed to find a contradiction if it's the truth?
Actually, that's the thing. We're the only ones who believe her. So things will be a bit different this time. We don't need to prove her wrong. We need to prove her right.
Wow, how will you do that?
The same
Well,
way
we look for blue text instead of orange text, like in Danganronpa.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You play Danganronpa? Or you've played it?
I do.
I love those games. V3 is my favorite. The same way I do everything else. Somewhere I have proof that she's not making this up. Now time to find it. We've already covered this a bit. Could you explain the big scoop you had some more?
You see, there's some bad people out there. They've been taking bribes from all kinds of celebs.
What were the bribes for?
You don't think they got where they was by themselves, do you? They had all the competition stamped out.
What? Assassinations?
Nah, nothing so fierce. There's been plenty of blackmail and such going on. This much has been confirmed. Nearly all the people who were accused have confessed to their crimes.
These criminals seem something to be worried about.
Yes. But remember, Your Honor, this was a while ago. We don't need to assume it's connected to this case.
Perhaps. Please continue, Miss Hart.
Why couldn't the police arrest this person?
They couldn't tell who it was. See? You can't see none of her face.
Are you even sure it's her? Ah.
That's okay.
Ah.
You see where this is going.
Yeah. Are you... Oh wait, no, that's Pain. I read that as Phoenix.
Exactly. Are you even sure it's a her? Course it is. No man would have figured that shapely.
It is pretty easy to tell men and women apart just from their bodies.
This reminds me of that one other time. Remember how we were too embarrassed to...
We don't need to get into that right now.
What? What happened? I want to know.
Don't...
Context for you. I think that's a reference to another fan game called Phoenix Wright Trials After Justice, which I can tell you about some other time.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've considered playing it, but I've heard it's not completed, so I'd rather not play it since I'm not going to be able to finish whatever story it's building up.
Understandable.
Why do you suspect her?
She's been doing all kinds of shady things. Leaving concerts early and meeting with unsavory folk. Plus, I could swear I'd seen her earlier the day I took that picture.
You mean the one from your big scoop?
That's the one. I know I'd seen her somewhere in that area before I took the shot. These suspicions are entirely unfounded. They're mere conjecture.
It does seem iffy.
Didn't they say Miss Washington left last night's concert early?
They did. She was supposed to do some interviews after it, but she ran off. But that won't be enough to prove anything. So you've basically been following her around everywhere.
Sure shooting I did.
That's stalking. That's illegal. Why am I not surprised?
Miss Hart stalking the witness. Well, maybe a smidgen. Very suspicious indeed. No wonder Miss Washington's manager had to get involved. He was trying to stop you. No, wasn't it like that?
An admission like this isn't helping you. You had better hope your lawyer can get you out of this mess.
I intend to. Could you explain why?
This is silly. There's no need to accept their credibility. She might have tampered with them. I beg your pardon. That photo's been on the cat camera ever since I snapped it. And that camera's been with you most of that time. I haven't had 2 seconds to mess with none of that. What I was trying to say is that it's awfully suspicious. Don't you think? Of course I don't. Sorry then.
Wow. Shot down by the suspect.
All this seems to support what we already know. Too bad the judge and prosecution aren't believing any of it.
Well, from everything Lotta's told us, I know just what I need to show them all the truth.
You do? Let's see it.
Let me look at this. Who's this old fella? That was not a serious question, by the way. That was just rhetorical.
That's fine.
So I think maybe I have to present the music page here, or maybe just the article. I'll try the music page. Nope.
You presented it on my photos from last night prove she's the one. So the music page wouldn't have anything to do with the photos.
Well, yeah, but it's the music page is right here.
Oh, well, I guess that photo, you can't tell what the music page is from that.
Ah, okay. Oh, shit. Back to your big scoop. There's one gal never caught. I know it's that Washington woman. I'm just gonna try shit. Music page. Go. Never mind. Okay. Ah, there we go. The bracelet. Because it's in this photo. Right there.
Aha!
So... prove she's the one. Now, would it be the camera or the photo? Camera. Lotta, I think I see what you meant. There's a big connection between these two pictures.
Of course there is. What do you think I've been saying this whole time?
First of all, who is this man over here?
Why, there's Mr. Timmons.
Pretty big coincidence, isn't it?
That's not her. Just because the victim was there doesn't mean Miss Washington was.
No, but something else will prove it. And given Mr. Timmons' presence, I'd say it would be hard to deny this. This part connects this picture to the other one from the concert. See this rather gaudy bracelet around her wrist? She's wearing the same one here.
That doesn't mean anything.
What the fuck do you mean it doesn't mean anything?
You still can't see the face. It might just be another person with the same bracelet. No, Any fan of her knows that that her bracelet is one of a kind. There's nothing else like it in the world.
Wow.
That's right.
Self-report.
It's sort of her gimmick. She wears it wherever she goes. Eh. See, Daddy? Listening to all that pop music did pay off.
I guess so.
Nick, you didn't know about Kylie Washington's bracelet? He didn't even know she existed until today. What?
Oh, okay. I can't be the only one out of the loop here. That's strange. If this is her trademark, why hasn't she been wearing it today?
They still doesn't prove anything. Her being in that picture doesn't show she killed anybody. It doesn't even show anything shady going on. She's just talking to two men.
Mr. Payne's right. Her presence there isn't conclusive evidence for this trial.
Perhaps instead of these silly distractions, we should get back to focusing on the murder.
Yes, I would like to hear more about the defendant's role in this. Miss Hart, if you will.
Kay, listen here. I called Victor and asked him to meet him after the concert. I was aiming to warn him about Washington. I finally got him a proof, that picture, and went to show it to him. He said he'd quit and go to the press. I left after lending him the camera.
Sorry, I'm eating.
It's okay, I was eating yogurt earlier.
So you weren't even around when the murder happened?
You're darn right. Or so she says. Don't pay any attention to her, Your Honor. She's just lying to cook some more.
It is a bit questionable coming from the suspect. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
When did you meet him?
After the concert. Had to have been around 9:40.
That's before the murder.
You don't know how long they spoke. And of course, Miss Hart isn't gonna give us an honest answer for the time frame. I was done talking to him long before that.
Can I prove she's right? Is there some way to prove she'd left before Mr. Timmons was killed? Huh. I would say... Probably not. Probably not right now. I don't have anything to prove this. I should keep looking elsewhere. Why did you go to him specifically?
Well, Victor and me used to be together. Oh, wow.
Wow.
If that was true.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting that, to be honest.
Me neither. Things ain't been too great between us lately. But I was a mite worried about him, being with Washington and all. I thought he needed to know, right? It seems you did a rather poor job of it. I know he's dead. There weren't nothing I could have did about it.
Is there anything to add here? Can I prove she tried to warn Timmons? Ah, okay, so that's the gimmick for this one, I guess. It'll just ask me every time to prove something.
Exactly.
Can't. Nothing. Nada. Keep looking elsewhere. That concert picture wasn't quite what I was hoping for. You seem awfully confident about it.
Not that one. The one from the scoop.
Lada, this picture doesn't work either. It doesn't show her doing anything wrong. She's just sort of standing there.
That's part of the reason they never got her. You can't really tell who the third guy is. But I know she's bad. Ahem. We're getting off track again. Remember, we were talking about the murder.
Can I prove that the big scoop is connected to the murder? Probably not. Would that be enough?
It was good enough for Victor. He told me he tried to dig up some other stuff. He worked with Washington so he could get more dirt real easy. And of course, he never got any. He died immediately after. How convenient.
Your Honor, if she needed Timmons' help to trap Washington, then she wouldn't have a motive to kill him. She'd want him alive.
She's just making this story up. Of course she had a motive.
Is there any way to counter this? Can I prove she didn't have a motive? Not for now. Think about it for a second. You left your camera with him?
That's right. He said needed to look over it some more.
Was that a smart thing to do? He worked for somebody you suspected as a criminal.
What? Victor weren't like that.
Lotta, he was in that photo you took.
That don't mean nothing. He probably was out of the loop. She didn't let him in on none of it, I'll bet. I don't think he was a bad guy.
She really trusted him. I think she really feels bad about this.
Nick, do you think Mr. Timmons...
I know nothing about the man. I'm not going to count it off as a possibility. Lotta trusted Timmons enough to give him all the evidence she had. But this is still just her word against the prosecution's. Can I prove any of this? That she left her camera with him? Or that she didn't hate him? Oh shit, opened Steam by accident. It's my bad. It's too hard for me to see in there. But I don't think he's holding anything. Not for now. I don't have anything to prove this.
I see, I've cornered you, Mr. Wright.
You activated my trap card!
Damn it. The defense doesn't have anything to say.
It would seem not.
I, however, have a question for the defendant. Miss Hart, you mentioned you were on bad terms with the victim. Why is that?
Wait, that's personal information.
Wrong again. If they ended on bad terms, it proves she had a motive.
Lotta, you don't have to answer that.
No, it's okay, Mr. Wright. I think they'd need to hear it sooner or later.
Ugh, that doesn't sound good.
Well, it didn't end so hot. You see, I was kind of using him.
Oh, that looks really bad. Using him?
I never really felt nothing for him. I just needed him to get closer to Washington. He weren't too happy to find that out.
My, that's extremely immoral.
You see, a motive. That's not good. Our really, Trucy? This reminds me of another case we had before we met you. Remember the one I'm talking about, Nick?
I think I do. The prosecution just helped us out by accident. There are 3 things necessary for a crime: a motive, an opportunity, and decisive evidence. He just removed one of them. Your Honor, what she just said is very important.
Really? Sorry. It doesn't sound good for you.
Give me a few more moments and I can show you. There was something in her testimony that this changes.
Well then. Please point it out for us.
Huh. If you ended on bad terms, he would not have listened to you. So, let's see. Maybe I have to press it. Would that be enough? Yeah, sure. This motive contradicts itself. If the scenario the prosecution just willingly accepted as true, Lotta wouldn't have had a reason to kill anyone. But Mr. Timmons did. Being deceived like that is plenty reason to be angry. If she killed anybody, it would have been in self-defense.
Good job figuring that out on your own. You're better than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah, thank you. Order. Order.
Order! Would the defense be pushing for a verdict of justified self-defense?
Of course not. I said if she killed him. But that wasn't her. Taking Miss Hart's testimony into mind, there was somebody else there who wanted Timmons dead. Wow. I wonder who it could be. It was me, pal! Nah. Miss Kylie Washington. If Timmons was going to go to the press, she would be exposed. After her shady testimonies today, this definitely makes her seem suspicious to me. Okay, alright. Okay.
Final form. Will you just shut up?
Oh, Lord, you're scary. How do you respond to that?
That's just how we like our final confrontations. Scary. You're just making this up. That woman's lying to cover for herself, and you are all eating it up. I can't believe you people would pick her over me.
It's not just her word. I happen to have something that could validate her accusations.
As if I didn't have any reason to get involved with those criminals, and you can't prove it.
Oh, really? I'd say you had plenty of reason to enlist the criminal underworld's help. That, of course, means that you had a motive. I got this. What might prove that a famous star needed the help of this gang? I think I know what it is. She's stealing songs. In this one, Sinful Amour, I heard that earlier. She's stealing songs. 7 years as a pianist taught me a few things. The sheet music you gave me earlier. I've noticed something funny about your song, Sinful Amour.
You have?
When you sang it for us earlier, I thought it sounded familiar. Being a musician yourself, I'd assume you know how to read music. Correct, Miss Washington?
Yes.
Why don't we take a closer look at the notes on this page? Recognize that melody? You should. It happens to be the tune to a song from another band.
What? But I thought she wrote it herself.
Not at all. She didn't create this melody. She plagiarized it. If you're copying the works of others, wouldn't you need a little help with the cleanup? Say, somebody to force the others not to sue you when they found out?
Oh yes, you would.
The music sheet, given by the witness herself, proves my client's testimony.
Miss Washington, plagiarism is not a trifling matter. I hope you realize the implications of this.
Yes.
With Mr. Timmons about to turn you in, you had a very strong reason to kill. Your life was about to be ruined.
Stop picking on me! You're all just gonna gang up on me while the prosecutor sits back and does nothing? This doesn't prove I killed anybody! You have no proof that I did him in. Nothing! Ah,
Miss Washington, the defense does have a point. I think we'll need to hear an explanation from you.
my explanation? Maybe you'd like another of my songs.
This stupid accusation. Oh my god.
Even if I'm guilty of plagiarism, you can't prove that I killed him.
Now, wait just a moment.
Oh shit.
Miss Washington, do you take me for a fool?
Huh?
I know I've heard that song before. Mr. Justice only made us listen to it about 100 times.
Oh, I love that. Taking that into account and making a joke about it. How many fucking times that song played in that case?
You're gonna enjoy the continuity nods in this game that you never get in the official games.
You stole that one too. No more singing for you today.
Well, he seems to be catching on. That's usually more than I can ask for.
All right, final cross-examination time, and what better music to play than this?
Yeah.
Even
Oh shit.
It's okay. My testimony still holds more weight than Lotta Hart's. You've been using her own words to support this lunacy. Is it really so hard to accept that I saw her kill him? Even the plagiarism thing's a bit unbelievable. There isn't any proof that I did any of it. I believe this should clear everything up. As the witness said, the defense has yet to prove she was the one who attacked the victim. You've got her! This is the final push!
Yes, it is, but that doesn't mean I can get cocky. If I press her too hard, I might end up getting into an argument I can't win.
We know you can do it!
Somewhere in the court record is something that points to her. Now I just have to find it and put her away. That would have given you plenty of motive.
Who cares if I had a motive? It doesn't prove I did it! There still isn't any concrete stuff pointing to me!
What should I do here? Fuck you! I'm calling you on your bluff. We do have evidence pointing to you.
Then prove it! Enough of your yapping, just show me something already!
What do I have that proves she killed him? Well, I got into an argument I can't win, so I'm just gonna load here and just go back. After everything today, you still think that?
Of course! Everything she's telling is lies! 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 You've just been twisting my words to make me look like the bad guy. You're scum. You're both scum.
We've proven Washington lied about where she was and that she had a motive. But I wonder if there's more. If only there was some way to show beyond a doubt that Lotta's telling the truth. What should I do here? I'll try it. I found something that proves Lotta's words.
Better than that stupid picture. Then prove it.
Oh.
Enough of your yapping, just show me something already.
Well, that was his case.
Eh.
Well, think I also got into an argument here I can't win, so I'm just gonna go back again.
Thank God for safe state.
Yep.
Now, the only problem with the save states you're using is that I don't know if in this final cross-examination you have to press every statement, and so every time you reload the save, you've reset, you're back to the beginning before you started pressing anything.
Oh shit,
We'll-
yeah, that's a good point.
We'll see.
I guess I can't deny that.
Right? That's because I'm the only one with my head on straight. All the rest of you are just lollygagging around like a bunch of nincompoops.
Now, Miss Washington, I hardly think that was necessary.
Well, show a little backbone and stick up for me. Asking the judge to show backbone.
Oh my.
Jeez, do I have to do everything around here?
Mr. Payne?
Eh,
Asking Mr.
Mr.
Payne
Right.
for help.
Mr. Right?
Oh my.
Oh. I'm the only competent one.
Why did I start this conversation? What should I do here? No. You lied about your location. You lied about the attack. Everything points to you. To me, it's not hard. It's impossible.
You were pressing really hard. I needed to say something.
Don't try to make this all my fault.
Well, it's definitely not mine.
There has to be something that proves things didn't happen the way she says. But I can't think of anything we haven't already covered. What should I do here? You just handed me a sheet of music copied from another artist.
That was a one-time thing. I thought it up on the spot because I thought it'd make you happy. Real grateful you are.
I'm not buying that, and I doubt anybody else here is either.
Why not? My explanation's just as good as any. Better even. Just think, there's no way I could have pulled it off by myself.
What should I do here? Nah. Direct proof?
You don't have it, do you?
Yeah, do I? I need to look over everything carefully one last time. I'm sure there's something in there I've missed. What should I do here? I think I actually have an idea here. I think I know what to do. I found it. I do have evidence that shows you're the wait, no. That's not what I was trying to prove. Well, then prove it. I was just gonna say I was just gonna prove the plagiarism, but that doesn't really help. So
There is something that hasn't been addressed yet.
huh. I don't think it's here, no. There's something that hasn't... This guy? No. I'm just gonna present something. I'm just touching me. No, I don't.
Don't let her intimidate you. You've won this. Go for the final push and then it's finished.
I can choose what to press here. I need to pick the topic carefully or she might still get the upper hand on me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna press these two because I forgot to. That would have given you plenty of motive. I'm just gonna skip through it.
So, yeah, let me know if you have questions.
I'm going to press these last two statements and then think about it for a second. And if I can't figure it out, then yeah.
All right.
Okay.
While you're thinking, I'm gonna mute for just a minute. But again, if you get stuck, I'm right here for you.
Yeah. It's really hard to accept I saw her kill him. Plagiarism makes it unbelievable. There isn't any proof that I did any of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a hint here.
Okay, here's the hint. You said earlier that you were thinking about trying to prove the plagiarism thing.
Yeah?
Well, the statement where she says, even the plagiarism's a bit unbelievable. Let's see if you can get any ground there.
Okay. Even the plagiarism is a bit unbelievable. I'm not sure if I should present something or press it again, but let me press it again and see what it says. You're right. Something like this, you couldn't do alone. High-profile fraud like this wouldn't go unnoticed.
Then prove it! Oh yeah, she always
Yeah,
says that.
yeah. It's just, somebody else was helping her. Who was it? Your manager, the victim, was in on it. What? Something big like that wouldn't go unnoticed. Especially not with somebody working as closely with her as her manager. Timmons knew all about her fraud.
Hold on. Shouldn't you show some sort of proof of this? You can't just go around accusing the dead.
I do have something to back it up. Well, it may not be the strongest. Combining it with what we've already been told will teach us wonders. This shows that Mr. Timmons was involved. Remember this?
Remember how you were saying that that paper looked like sheet music?
Yeah.
Now is the time.
Yeah. Remember this picture? We've already discussed that Timmons is there.
That's ridiculous. The photo wasn't good enough for the press, so it shouldn't be good enough for hers. I mean, for here.
Take a look at what you're holding. What's that? That looks like sheet music. What was it, Washington? One of your new songs?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, I think it does. The notes may be blurred in here, but I'm sure we could have the police re-examine it.
Shut up. Shut up. Fine, even if it was stolen, it doesn't mean I killed the jerk. If it was working for me, I'd want to keep him around.
He was a jerk now? So you do have hostile feelings towards him.
What I mean is he was really rude. I never liked the guy. I kept him around because I had to. But I didn't want to see him dead. I'm being honest, really.
Oh, that sounds believable.
Wipe that stupid grin off your face. Nothing changed between us last night. I'm still the same I was then.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing's different. Nothing.
Miss Washington, calm down. Try not to hurt yourself.
Sorry, I just gripped the mic too tightly.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I just don't see the reasoning in this. Mr. Timmons' involvement does not point to her as the murderer. In fact, this could easily be used against you.
Yeah, they're right. This doesn't change anything.
Don't give up, Nick. Think. There has to be something that's changed since last night.
What would it matter? Her view of the victim is only the motive. It doesn't actually prove she did it.
That can't be the only thing that's different. Somebody dying affects a lot of stuff. There must be something else that's changed.
What else is different? What is new today that wasn't there yesterday? Ah. She doesn't have a bracelet anymore.
Nope. Also, what's with that glove?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, too. This photo, taken last night, will be our view into the past.
That again? How so? It's just her singing.
Yes, and the way she's doing so tells us everything. How is she different from today? Witness. Right now, you are holding your microphone with your right hand. Why is that?
I always hold it like that.
Really? These photos seem to indicate otherwise. You're left-handed, aren't you? I've noticed that glove on your hand. You weren't wearing it at the concert. In fact, it seems to have replaced your trademark bracelet you supposedly wear everywhere.
So? There isn't a law against wearing gloves.
Why would you suddenly put it on for the trial? In both of these photos, you were using objects left-handedly. Why aren't you doing that today? Because you can't. When you get excited, you hold your microphone with both hands and I can tell it hurts. Sometime last night you hurt your hand and you're using your glove to cover that up.
Witness, will you please take off your...
No, you can't make me take it off just because I'm using a different hand than usual. Ow.
What if I knew how you hurt yourself? Would that convince you?
It would convince me. If you could show that, the witness will be required to remove the glove. Well, how does she hold her hand?
She killed him. That's the wrong evidence. Wait, no,
You were close.
I want to see this failure conversation. This is how it happened.
It is? Are you sure?
Yes, I am 10,000% sure.
Oh my, that's very sure.
Your Honor, that isn't even possible.
Are you sure, Mr. Payne?
Yes, I'm 1,000,000% sure.
Oh, that's even more sure. You've won up the defense. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm going to have to side with the prosecution.
God damn it. Man, fuck you.
Wow.
Wow. That's crazy. Me personally,
Good of you to explore that.
yeah, the camera would probably... Yeah. This
There you
camera
go.
shattered upon hitting Mr. Timmons' head. That's not the only thing that got hurt in the process. I'd assume several pieces of hard plastic breaking apart in someone's hand would be enough to injure them.
That's right. The attacker would get hurt too. Miss Washington, please remove that glove at once. Oh my, look at that.
Her hand.
No wonder she seemed to be in pain.
Oh, get a good look, everyone. This doesn't prove anything.
How doesn't it?
So my hand got hurt. Big deal. You don't know when or where.
I believe she's right. We don't know that the camera actually caused the injury.
Can you believe this? After all that?
Actually, I guess they're right. The camera is circumstantial. It's not decisive proof that she hit Timmons with it.
But you do have evidence to show, don't you?
Good question.
This is stupid. You don't have it, do you? One chance. Got it?
One chance?
If you can't prove it by then you're just trying to mislead everybody.
Mr. Wright, do you have evidence to show how this happened?
Evidence. I should tread carefully here. This is my last chance. Do I have anything to prove it?
Well, check the court record. Do we have anything to prove it? This is getting very Darian crescendo now.
Dorian, yeah.
Like, we have to recreate the entire sequence of events to convince them.
Okay. Sometimes in the series, there's moments where you have to say, no, I don't. So I feel like I don't have evidence here to present.
Not that I know of.
Actually, I don't have anything to prove that. But I don't need to. A clear motive. A definite opportunity. Several pieces of circumstantial evidence. And your overall suspicious behavior throughout the whole trial. We don't have anything truly solid, but that's exactly the reason we have the new jurist system. Oh my god! What?
Yeah, remember that?
That's so cool. They actually brought it. Rafa actually brought it back.
Why abandon it?
Yeah.
Jurists?
I've shown everything I can, and it will be enough. Let's have them decide your fate, Miss Washington. If you ask me, their verdict should be pretty obvious. It's not hard to see the truth right now.
They wouldn't. Not me.
After today, we'll see. Time to see how much your adoring fans actually love you.
But they love me. My career. My
Oh.
breakdown. Everything you need's right here on that camera. You'll need that to build on our case.
Thank you. I'm sure I can dig something up.
Well, we're finally gonna nab that nasty woman.
Her running animation.
Hey, they tried. Who was she?
It was nobody.
Are you sure about that? I know I've seen her before.
I said it was nobody. You've been really paranoid lately, you know that?
Well, maybe it's for a reason. That's it! I knew I recognized her. It was that reporter woman. Yeah, I've seen you two together. How did she get in here? She isn't supposed to be at my concerts. You let her in.
Look, I needed to find out how much she knew. She's on to us.
Well, do something. Stop her.
I can't. She just entrusted me with the only evidence she has. She doesn't suspect me yet, but if I destroy it, she will. You're taking the fall, Washington.
What?
I'm not covering for you if it means my own skin. I'll take the rap from old Mikey, but I'm not going down with you. I'll play along with Hart and just hope I make it out of this myself.
Who is old Mikey?
Old Mikey.
Could he be the Could he be the overarching villain of the entire game?
I
Could
wonder.
he be the Hemlock of this game?
Hemlock. Sorry, lady. Nothing to do.
You can't turn me in.
Oh.
I can't believe you'd do this to me.
Gah!
It's true. I can't write my own music. I've never been any good at it. I started copying some lesser-known singers, but they found out and threatened to sue. But I couldn't let that happen. My career would be finished. So I went to them for help. Vic worked for them. He scared the others into dropping the charges. The story's never made it to the press.
Somebody was bound to catch on sooner or later. Did you think this would end well for you?
I couldn't help it. I was scared. I had to do something. They were the only ones I could think to turn to. But then I was in too deep. Those people have been blackmailing me ever since, forcing me to give them money. I was too rich and famous for them to let me walk away. I had to get rid of Vic when he said he'd turn me in. Everybody was gonna hate me.
I think you'll have a hard time convincing anyone to like you now.
You don't feel sorry for me? I mean, who couldn't?
You are guilty of many crimes, Miss Washington, murder being only one of them. You had better hope the jurists in your own trial take pity for your actions. I know I certainly don't.
But...
Bailiff, please take her away.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears you still have what it takes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I believe after the witness's confession, there shouldn't be any more to discuss. Mr. Payne, you haven't said anything for a while. Would you agree with this?
But I lost again.
It seems once again he's lost his words. In any case, I will hand this over to the jurists. They may decide their verdict. The verdict is back. The decision was unanimous. This court finds the defendant, Lotta Hart, not guilty.
What? No confetti? Come on. Where's
Hard
confetti
to
at?
animate.
Yeah.
Court is adjourned.
Hell, what do you know? You actually did it. I'm sure sorry to have doubted you.
You doubted me?
I guess I'm sorry for a lot of things.
Sorry.
Remember she said she was having doubts about it at the beginning?
I do not remember that. I have terrible short-term memory.
She said, I thought I should have gone with Mr. Justice.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, what
It's all right.
for?
The trial really taught me something. I've been witnessing so many cases. Now I know what it's like to be in the hot seat. It's downright awful having everybody pointing fingers at you.
They actually... Rothfoot actually gave Lotta character development? Oh my god.
Fans just know better.
Yeah.
I've never testifying against nobody never again.
Lotta, there's nothing wrong with testifying in court. As long as the wrong people aren't put away, everything works out in the end.
Yeah, but all those other times I was going for innocent people like me, remember? That's just awful.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I know your testimonies have done a lot of good lately. Remember your big scoop? If it wasn't for your crazy paparazzi antics, all those people would still be out there.
Hey, you're right. I guess my witnessing really was something special. Thanks a million, Mr. Wright.
Well, this case is over. I suppose the three of us should head on home.
Will you be going back to Crane, Maya? I could, but I think I've got a better idea. You don't mind if I stay at the Write Anything agency for a while, do you?
Of course I don't mind. But wouldn't it be easier to base yourself in Karine Village?
It doesn't matter where I am. My mother was completely missing for half the time she was master. How hard could it be?
Oh my god. Not the best example to be using, Maya.
Come on, it'll be just like old times. And I owe it to you.
Owe it?
I wasn't there for you when you lost your badge. And after everything you've done for me,
Maya, nobody could have predicted what would happen that day. Don't blame yourself for it.
no, I have to make this up to you. Now I have a chance to do that. You can't say no to that, can you?
We may have room for one more person.
All right, the old team's back together. Now we just need to find Edgeworth and
Baby
Francisca.
steps. Baby steps, Maya. Baby steps. Oh, credits. Okay.
Congratulations, you've beaten the tutorial case.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That...
I know having Maya here, it doesn't have the same impact now that we've had a good amount of her in Spirit of Justice, but you have to think back to when Dual Destinies hadn't even come out yet. We just had Apollo Justice, and that game never addressed where the heck Maya was, and neither did Dual Destinies. So a fan game like this definitely helped fill the void.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I didn't really like the way that Maya was portrayed in Spirit of Justice, but that's for another day.
Certainly.
I guess Mr. Right smashed through my testimony again. I shouldn't be too upset. We got the right person in the end, after all. I hope this isn't going to cost me another salary cut.
Oh, poor cum shit.
Depends on who the next prosecutor is.
So, yeah, that was actually really enjoyable. That was, like, a really good, like, tutorial case. That was very good. I enjoyed that a lot.
And you didn't need my help for too much of it. A lot of it you figured out yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's really exciting to have Maya here with us. She and I always did get along well. Do you think Polly will like her? I guess they never were really introduced. Hey, have you ever noticed this? I'm over 10 years older than Trucy, but we look almost the same age. I'm not complaining. Youthful looks definitely have their advantages. But this can't be normal, right? There was some kind of freak Magatama-related time-traveling accident. We just don't realize it yet.
Nice.
They know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Of course, special thanks to you for playing. Thank you, Rafa.
We were happy to play this, and we hope that Noah's videos will help spread the word about it.
Yes.
You can voice this.
I'm gonna assume it's old Mikey over here.
Damn that hot woman. Those people were bringing in a lot of money.
I guess.
A mook.
What?
You can assume this is just some lackey.
Should we do something about her?
No. What would be the point? Believe it or not, money's the least of my worries right now. And I think this ordeal taught me her a lesson. But it scared the daylights out of her.
And that's where you aren't.
We'll continue this later. I have people I need to talk to.
Understood. I'll keep in contact.
Keys, has Parker arrived yet?
Yes, Mr. Valles. He just got here. I know who Keys is.
Did Pyrite just?
And that's And that's the end. That was the post-credit sequence, which the game ended crashed right after that.
Oh, was that supposed to happen?
I'm not too sure.
Well, that seems like a good stopping point, I guess. Well, we'll see you guys next time.